Manchester United won earlier before it was the early Kickstarter of the day. They went ahead to beat Fulham by 1-0, scored by Bruno Fernandes, the captain, whose captaincy has been under scrutiny for the previous days after he is being petulant in the game of Man City and the previous games that we've gone ahead to be playing, the different times that I've gone ahead to see us obviously go on and lose. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're already watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Erik ten Hag is now the fastest manager of Man United to clinch 50 wins in his career at Manchester United. And now, this is where you come out and obviously ask people who really believe that sacking Erik ten Hag is the solution on whether asking with a solution is really right. Now, get your stats right, put them together, and you obviously go ahead and obviously give us the best that we deserve as we people. So even Sir Alex Ferguson, it took him 5 seasons to turn around Manchester United. He came in 1986, and in the season we were going to be sacked, he won an FA Cup that ushered him into the Premier League of 1991-1992, and that's when he obviously started to win the league for Man United, and he was here until 2013. So I think if you really want to build something that's obviously going to last long, you don't obviously go in for short-term best things. And I think Ten Hag just needs time. His players are injured as others are really returning, others are getting injured. But I think he's obviously trying to do the level best to see to it that he gets United where it is supposed to be. Now, welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. And let's obviously get into the player ratings because the rest will be discussed after this. Now, let's go straight into the goalkeeper, Andre Onana. I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10, guys. You know why? The 3 times was called in for obviously putting in those saves. He saved them. And today, I've seen him obviously not going long. He went long like 3-4 times in that game. But remember yesterday, I brought you a story that Erik ten Hag is going to have to issue a warning to Andre Onana on him going long every time. And today, I've seen him really going in short, you know, at the edge of the trainer's box area and trying to do the needful. So I'm giving Andre Onana a 7 out of 10. Now, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I'm going to give him a 6.5 out of 10. Why? Although he has just gone ahead to return back from injury, he has shown us that he has gone ahead to play a full 90 minutes. That is really, really, really brave for him. He went ahead and played 45 in the game of Newcastle where we lost by 2-0, and he has gone ahead to really play 90 minutes today. And it's really great to see it that he's obviously playing like that. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. And let me tell you, he's being denied his crosses by Anthony. The ugly play of Anthony denies this player to obviously put in those crosses. I've counted close to 3 times today when he has gone ahead to officially put himself in a position of really being given a ball to obviously hit it, and it's not being done by the man himself, that is Anthony. So I believe things are obviously going on well, and I really understand that it's one of those moments that many people are obviously talking about, and Bissaka's return is with a very huge boost to the club of Man United. Then let's talk about Diego Dalot. Dalot went ahead to obviously play very well today. They had 2 shots towards goal, though none of those were on target. He really closed down that back post very well, and you saw to it that we had some good balance when playing with fullbacks who really know exactly what this central defender is all about. So Dalot really played very well, and the beauty of this game was that he never really completed it. Was taken off, and Sergio Reguilon came on and really played some minutes in there for you. So I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10 for me, and I think it was a very hard, well fought fight. Evans, 6.6. Let me give him a 6 out of 10. I think his game reading is really good. You saw to it that he obviously aimed at every aerial prowess that needed to be dealt with in our box, and they were never a threat in the aerial ties. That is it. So I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Harry Maguire, he takes a 7 from me. And I think this is another game where he takes a 7. That is Harry Maguire. After criticizing him after the game of Newcastle, he goes ahead to obviously put in what he has to do. And I think we are always right. When he always came out and told you that Harry Maguire needs to be dethroned of the captaincy, maybe we'll get some good performances. But one question is, or the question will come in through and be posed to everyone who thinks that Harry Maguire is playing very well. Why is it that when you're playing against quality teams like Man City, he doesn't put up a show? Teams like Newcastle, they go through us easily like a knife or a hot knife through butter. But when you're playing teams like Sheffield, Burnley, playing teams like which other team? Playing teams like Brentford. Why is it that when you're playing teams that are not all of quality, he performs very well, and when you're playing teams like Man City, he disappears like gonorrhea? In matches against teams like Arsenal, he costs us and it doesn't really look good. So what makes you look good in this league is you when you're playing against the best of the best in the league. But when you're playing against the best of the best in the league, Harry Maguire is abysmal. And today he has performed very well, and I give him a 7 out of 10. I've even seen Peter Schmeichel trying to obviously saying that he's the man of the match. And we're obviously going to discuss that further and further. We go into the midfield. Ericsson, he takes a 7 for me. He takes it. Hold 7 with him because he has gone ahead to do lots of things today, and let no one lie to you that he wasn't really pivotal into the way we controlled that game. I admit, when Fulham was trying to pass through the middle axis of our half, it was really easy for them because we never had a man who could block them, But in the build-up play, so to it that Ericsson was a good reference, and he was played into the single pivot, the defensive midfield, and Scott McTominay was playing again alongside him, and they formed a double pivot of Scott McTominay and Ericsson. So I'm giving Ericsson a 7 out of 10. And he tried to run, and that's what you need to see your players really putting in. Then we get in another player, Scott McTominay. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. He got us a goal, but it was obviously disallowed. And I think the best he put up on the field of play is the energy, running, getting interceptions. But even if he wins that ball, he tries to make penetrative passes he cannot. There is a moment even reached on the D, and he couldn't obviously try to find out a right pass to really find an isolated United player. So, however much he's really played, I think he's being played of the energy and the love for the club of Man United. But lots of things are really lacking. 6.5 out of 10 for me. Bruno Fernandes. Guys, it looks like he had a call from Roy Keane. I don't know, because I know those players of Man United, especially Bruno Fernandes. He can easily get the phone and call Roy Keane and tell him, please, I saw you on TV calling me that I'm not supposed to be a captain because of my behavior and how petulant I was in the game of Manchester City. So how can I obviously conduct myself? And I think that call, if at all it was made, it's the one that was obviously going to hate obviously coming down, because very many times you've seen him being petulant, but today he was composed, he was so much concentrated to the game, and he saw to it that he obviously got us that one goal. And sometimes you obviously have to understand that now the onus, all the right is on me to obviously find the goal for the team. And that's what I've gone ahead to obviously come out and criticize about Bruno Fernandes, that he doesn't concentrate. He's not composed. Outside the teenage box area, every time you compose yourself and take extra touches, you're obviously creating what we call spaces that you can obviously find it. When you look at that ball, he gets it from Pellistri, he dummies off, or he fakes the player of Fulham, and he goes the wrong side, and then he curls that ball onto the left bottom corner, and it goes into the back of the net. But I'd like to give kudos to Anton Martial, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, Facundo Pellistri and Scott McTominay, who went ahead to press the players of West Ham and obviously found themselves in a position of not really having full concentration to obviously kick that ball into the right position. And when it was kicked out, it landed onto the players of Man United, and Facundo Pellistri went ahead to obviously pass it to Bruno Fernandes. Bruno dummied one player, and when dummied him, he obviously went ahead to see to it that he really sees this ball into the back of the net. That is Bruno Fernandes Borges for you, and is getting an 8 out of 10 for me. We go to Alejandro Garnacho, another exciting player. Very exciting today. He has gone ahead to play, I think, his first 90 minutes in the Premier League football for Man United. He rarely does that, but this time around is going ahead to play 90 minutes, and he showed us that he could affect the game in both halves, but most especially in the second half, where he obviously gained confidence to go past players, put in crosses into that game, and he's doing things that Marcus Rashford is not doing. And Rashford should obviously look through himself and really ask himself, what is he doing that I'm not doing right? It's obviously making a decision before he gets the ball. Rashford looks like he makes a decision after getting the ball, but for Alejandro Garnacho, you see to it that when he receives the ball, he obviously puts in action what he thought of before he got the ball, and that's why he's an exceptional player. I know he needs a lot of support, but that support will obviously be coming in through very, very soon. So I'm giving him a 7.5 out of 10. I go to Anthony, Mr. Calamity, Mr. Howlers, Mr. Throw out our ball. Guys, it's really, 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 really nagging to see this man play all those minutes. So he got the ball, he lost it. And look at Facundo Pellistri. We score that goal. Facundo Pellistri has an assist for it. And he obviously goes ahead to obviously put in more efforts. And what effort has he gone ahead to put in through? He has gone ahead to put an effort of pressing and see to it that he puts in even crosses that this man couldn't put in through for the entire, I think, 70 minutes played on the field of play. So Facundo Pellistri really looked exceptional on the day, and I would love to extend my my gratitude to him for what he has gone ahead to do. I like such players, even when he has not been played. When he's brought on, he obviously puts a lot in action that some players are not obviously giving us. So I'd like to give credit to Facundo Pellistri, and he gets a 7 out of 10 for me. Then Rasmus Højlund, 6.5 out of 10. I think he is really played with a gravity shift. No chances are being created, and I'm coming to believe that we're going to see the best of this man, that is Rasmus Højlund, when Amad Diallo comes, because Amad Diallo will obviously try to look out for him and take off certain players to it that obviously gets this man to score. We're not getting crosses that are really good in the box to find this man. And if I told Man United, it's all about finding the right crosses on the near post and the far post, but you're not doing that. So we need to be obviously looking in for those ground crosses and those aerial crosses for Rasmus Højlund. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. We go to the substitutes. Not so. Let's start it off with Mason Mount, a 6 out of 10. Oh, I've not gone Anthony. I'm giving Anthony a 4.5 out of 10. To me, he was the worst player on the field of play for Man United. Then Antoine Martial came in through. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. They got in which other player came on? Rafael Varane, 6 out of 10, because he just came in to defend, and obviously see to it that we obviously get this sealed. But you all know that when it's the central defense, you're 100% sure that nothing is going to go wrong. I think he only brought on 4 players: Mason Mount, Anthony Martial, Rafael Varane, and Facundo Pellistri. So those are the 4 players that really came on through. I've gone ahead to give Pellistri a 7 out of 10, Rafael Varane a 6 out of 10, Anton Martial a 6 out of 10, and Mason Mount a 6 out of 10. For Erik ten Hag, 6 out of 10 is what I'm giving him. And who is my man of the match? Obviously, my man of the match award goes to none other than Bruno Fernandes, Captain Fantastica, the Portuguese egg, coming in through and obviously scoring that beautiful goal when he was obviously making his 200th appearance for the club of Man United, and he has gone ahead to obviously earn himself that well done goal. That is Bruno Fernandes. So he's my man of the match. I don't know who your man of the match is on the day, but I give it to Bruno Fernandes. And now you should obviously get to know that we have no agenda on any player. When you perform well, we give you the kudos. If you don't get the flowers. So Bruno's going to have to perform well today. He deserves his flowers. And Eric Ten Hag should know that that's the best position of Bruno Fernandes. Never in life think of playing Scott McTominay ahead of Bruno Fernandes. And today he did it right and we won. May the living to God bless you abundantly. The Muslims Barakallahu Fikum. Now, all eyes onto the Wednesday game as we prepare to take on the side of Copenhagen in Denmark. I'm out.